you.
We gonna wait for the cops since you hit girls today. You gonna go to jail.
This is why I'm still here, bro.
She didn't touch you.
Didn't do shit.
She didn't touch you.
All I said was, no, I'm gonna go upstairs and beat his whole ass.
This is his mother's stuff getting thrown out right here. This is how y'all, this what y'all paying for. This what y'all paying for right here, Blueface. Y'all paying for this.
I swear to God, you will not leave this house alive, bro.
Joe, come down here, Johnny.
You mad if they say hello to you? What the fuck you? That was my girlfriend.
You just a LA nigga for real.
Why the fuck would we want to get burned?
This is what Blueface Bleed him does for his 2 new bitches. That's what he did. He mad because we don't know.
We still gonna pray for him.
Blueface Bleed him just threw his mother outside.
We gonna pray for you, John.
He threw his mother outside. I got these. You let's see. There you go, right there.
We gonna still pray for you.
He threw his mommy outside.
I used to think it was the other person, but it's really y'all. Every time. Tony, your last man, the next.
He throwing us out because we don't like his new bitch, Andrea. Because she don't know how to say hello. So this is my mom. He just threw my mom outside.
Johnny, don't put me on camera.
This is what y'all can see. He didn't move. He's still in the same
Don't put
house.
me on camera.
Oh, Karlissa, the insufferable mother. That mother that just does not want to be a mother. She wants to be her children's friend, their homegirl, their girlfriend, and just overall their peer. No matter how many times they ask her to not be that and just be a mother and stop all the internet antics and childish games and trolling and clout chasing. But would she be Karlissa if she did that? Of course not. I wouldn't be making this video. Karlissa, yes. But this is mainly about her relationship with her son, Blueface, aka Jonathan, and how she's a very much meddling mother, always in his business, especially when it comes to his women and his girlfriends. She has this jealousy thing going on, and it's really cringy, and it's really inappropriate, and it's weird altogether. Every girl he gets with, she has an issue with them. She had an issue with Rock. She had an issue with Jaden. Yeah, she tries to act close to Jaden now, but it wasn't always like that, believe me. I'll show that later on another video. She had an issue with Hazel E, acting like it was about her age. And now lately it's been about Nevaeh. The last thing that happened was she says Nevaeh kept her locked out. That had nothing to do with Nevaeh. That was your son that didn't want to be bothered with you. Okay? But of course you want to blame the girl, the female, because you heard her laughing. And we're going to get into that because this is just something she does. So without further ado, let's start off with this clip.
I heard you in here laughing too. How you shooting a love show and you got love here? You know, we had that last incident and I thought you thought probably it was something else, and then when it came out you probably realized.
No, I didn't realize nothing other than you're a problem. You need to grow up.
I'm never gonna let nobody be on the back of me, baby. Whether it's even if it would have been my friend.
I didn't say Krishan, whoop your ass, man.
So what are you saying, Jonathan?
I'm saying I need you to be a mother, not a networker, not a baddie, not a squawker, not a motherfucker.
I'm not about to let nobody in no club jump on my back over no gate.
I'm about to show you the video.
I have no reason to lie. Don't call me no liar, Jonathan. Jonathan, let her talk because this is gonna be my last time playing with you and with your people. Because I don't like how you, me and her apologize.
I don't care, you're a liar.
You're a liar.
Now, I can completely understand how she ended up getting her ass handed over to her by Krishan Rock a couple of years ago. And she just still seems to never learn. Like, just look at her doing the same shit. Just And she just doesn't listen. She doesn't ever take the time to listen to her child when he's trying to express something to her, because she thinks the world revolves around her, doesn't she? Yep, she thinks the world revolves around her, and it's all about her, and what he has to say or how he feels does not matter. And that's the issue. But the way she's treating this girl and talking to her, very disrespectful. Very.
All I want to know is, before Jonathan got there, did me and you already kiki and give hugs and kisses? So there was no reason for me to turn around and body slam you off of me?
Krishan, no matter
who the fuck are you calling Krishan?
How'd you get?
Why are you calling me Krishan? You will turn a bitch from a Crip to a Blood, have him barking at the door. Can you have him turn to Jesus Christ?
It's that simple. You're not my woman, Mom.
And I would never, ever use a motherfucking lie. Ain't now one of them niggas stepped up and said they hit this. Use a goddamn lie. You gonna give me the goddamn money or not?
That's already said.
Make it enough.
Karlissa, you are extremely toxic. Like, you are just a great fucking mess. And you never take the time to listen, and that's a big fucking issue. Like, and what do you mean make it enough? That's not your man. He don't owe you anything. You need to stop competing with these females trying to get his money like he owe you something. Don't you got a husband? I said this before. That's your son. I don't think he gives a fuck about who's hitting what on you. He don't think of you like that. You think of him like that, and it's weird. But just look how you talk. Look how you act. You just like to argue. Karlissa don't take the time to listen. She just wants to argue and talk at you. Anyway, I know she did a live shortly after that interaction with Blue and Nevaeh, and it was extremely disturbing. And, you know, just the stuff she was saying, it needs to be addressed. So I'm going to go ahead and include that, and I'll be back with the rest of my commentary.
Okay. Get on back here and put this playground together. Ain't nobody got time for that. And I ain't finna be begging. Make it enough. So while y'all thought y'all was being funny, talking about she wants some of her son money. No, I want them to put my playground together for their kids to come up over here. And then I want a beautiful waterfall. I want a beautiful 3-layer waterfall right here. Because what I need all this dirt for? I ain't fixing. Okay, so anyway, back to what we was saying. Y'all know Jonathan is just a comedian, right? Just seen the trailer. What in the world happened? I know a mother's love can be hard.
No, first of all, no, we don't know Jonathan is just a comedian. So that's you trying to downplay him as pretty much as a man, and a man that's holding down his own agenda, his own career without you. And you want him to be what you want him to be. Okay? He's not a comedian. And stop it with the mother's love. This is not how a mother loves her adult son, by meddling and being overbearing. Don't ever think that is a mother's love. Okay? Because it's not. That's not love. Love is giving breathing space and respecting boundaries, etc.
Okay, that's a good question, y'all. So before me and Jonathan ever turn the cameras on, before any of us turn the cameras on, y'all know how y'all give y'all kids like a moment to cuss? Y'all know how you be like, okay, you can say a whole bunch of cuss words. Let me hear what you gonna say. So before we turn the cameras on, we agree to allow each other to be completely transparent and hear each other out. I know y'all don't do this exercise, but this is an exercise that we do. And unfortunately, we have a lot of trauma and it makes us a lot of money. So we turn the cameras on and we say, you have authority to be completely transparent and I have authority to be completely transparent. So that's what you're getting.
Yeah, you know what? There are some parents that do that weird toxic shit with their children, and then they wonder why they have penitentiary prepared bound kids as adults when they become adults. But anyway, or when they end up disrespecting them. Yeah, all of that cursing and yeah, you could curse. No, that's not cool. There's too many words in the dictionary to teach your children, but you want to let them say bad words. For what? They're going to do that anyway behind your back. Why allow them to do that in front of you and enable disrespectful behavior? Okay, like, I don't understand that whole get down. Also, Karlissa, you are so fucking phony. Like, how do you even deal with yourself? You know damn well you don't allow transparency only from you. You don't want to hear nobody else out when they're trying to be transparent and speak their traumas in their mind and their feelings. So that's bullshit. And what do you mean y'all have a lot of trauma? You're just going to skim over that like it's no big deal. Yeah, we have a lot of trauma and it makes us a lot of money. Everything is about money to you. Your family's pain and suffering and trauma is nothing but a dollar sign to you, despite all the trauma that you've caused. I'm telling you, you are something else, girl. Ugh.
You're getting the full on, how do you feel? What's happening? Why do you feel this way? And you have to be open and transparent and strong enough within yourself to hear your child out. My parents didn't never give me the honor to be transparent. So I always give my kids, and unfortunately I turned the camera on so y'all can see how they really feel. And everybody has their own right to have their own trauma. They have their own right to have their own perspective to their trauma. Now,
oh, they have the right to have their own trauma, or do they have the right to express the trauma that you've imposed on them over the years? See, you try to be slick with those words. And that's also you being passive aggressive and downplaying their feelings. What do you mean they have the right to have their own trauma? Like, it's not trauma that they're just making up or trauma that they wanted. It's trauma that you imposed on them, that you subjected them to, that you take no accountability for, that you don't ever want to hear them out about. So I don't understand what's your point of doing these videos and these little therapy meetings with you guys that you try to do if you don't respect it. You don't respect feelings and don't give a fuck about them expressing how they feel because you don't honor it anyway. You just said it. You said you don't believe that their trauma is actually a big deal or something like that. You don't give a fuck. And who are you to tell them what affected them? And you think because of what you went through as a child that you can impose trauma on your children, just not make it as bad.
Jonathan graduated with a 3.0 GPA, had over a dozen schools to choose from, had more opportunities than most of you ever had, more than I ever had. And they're entitled sometimes, and they're a little, and that's okay because that's how I raised them. I spoiled the child, and I didn't know any better. I was 17. So I have to live with, whatever it is that they feel is warranted. Y'all should really be laughing at it though, because honey, the way I grew up, if I could talk my trauma to my mom or to my dad and tell them how I feel, baby, you know what you would be saying, because I'll be saying it with you. I don't feel like my kids have enough trauma to speak on, especially not them last two. But you have to allow them to get that out. I wish my mom would let me be like, you let me get child molested, you ain't. I wish she would let me say that. And then when we turn the cameras off, we still say, you know what? I still love you. I don't get enough credit, and I'm not looking for no credit from my kids, because at this point I'm like, y'all and y'all credit, I'm gonna get it from God. But you gonna make it enough. You gonna make it enough so that we over here comfortable, me and these kids. It'd be a lot of kids and just me. So yes, I need a waterfall up over there, you know what I'm saying, for when I'm cooking, because this summer I'm gonna use this grill every day. I got a grill outside. I am blessed and highly favored. No matter how they feel, they can't look at me and say, you didn't sow no seeds, baby. Okay, because I got this house when Jonathan wasn't here. Now, yes, his contributions over there telling the people to hire me, and, you know, he gatekeep the shit out of this shit. That's his job. He the gatekeeper. We called him the gatekeeper since he was 5 years old, and he did a good job gatekeeping. But guess what? I made myself eligible to do what I had to do.
Wow, how sad. How much pressure had to be on a 5-year-old boy being called a gatekeeper at 5 years old. Oh, I wonder what he had to do to get that name. And just to think he's still being that same child with all that responsibility because of your entitlement. What do you mean make it enough? I don't know if you're just doing all of this for bragging rights because you want to brag on your house. And yeah, it's a nice house. But all those extra amenities and things that you want in the backyard, that's your problem. You and your husband need to take care of that. If you want to get stuff done for the grandkids, then you do it. That's your house. That's not your children's or Blueface's responsibility. Just because you want to have his kids over to enjoy themselves. They don't need all that extra stuff you're talking. All that waterfall, never land, stupid shit you talking. They didn't ask for that. That's what you want. You pay for it. Show lying ass.
Okay? And yes, he holding it down for everybody, all the grandkids, and make it enough. It's 8 grandkids. I need a playground for all of them. Wherever my kids is at, long as you chip in with whatever you got, I'm grateful. Now, if you a millionaire, yes, your tithes to the storehouse for the grandkids gonna be a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you make regular people money and you doing a regular job and you don't want to be on TV, you might not have to pay as much. But if you got some good money in this family, motherfucker, you gonna chip in and you gonna make it enough. So all of us moms, I'll have some t-shirts that say make it enough. Shout out to the person who gave me that idea to give to our kids. And you cheering and you loud and ghetto, and your child is the one scoring all the touchdowns and making all the baskets like mine and leaping and flying in the air for the shit, and you paying for extra classes and coaching and all kind of bullshit for them to be eligible. Don't you let now one of these motherfuckers on this internet get on here and tell you ain't no type of mama. Okay? Because God said you gonna see the mother's fruit. And I bet you I have that whole mother never land built by the time Christmas get here.
Yes, of course, Karlissa. We understand the seeds that were sown was conditional love. That's the seed that was sown with you as a mother. That your love has been conditional as long as they are doing something that makes you look good. As you say, he was on the football field as a child, winning, making all the baskets in basketball and playing the hell out of the game. Oh, yeah, you was all for it. Yeah, we know. Conditional love. That's what you do. So don't act like you're such a great mom based on you doing what you only did because it made you look good, okay? Cut the bullshit. We know.
Okay? Or him and Dre gonna be out there on the street corners. I bet you that much. They gonna build me a Never Land for my grandkids, and I'm gonna sit here and sip my yak and enjoy my life like I plan to. Now, if you want to get on here and say I don't give a fuck. And if you want to believe them kids, believe them. Okay? Believe them. But when I tell you I got all my diplomas for all my kids on my motherfucking wall that say I did my job, because that's our job till they get to high school and graduate, right? Okay, I got my diplomas in the goddamn living room on the wall, because every time them motherfuckers come over here and complain about what type of mama I am, I ask them, let me see your homeboy's diploma. Let me see your motherfucking friend's diploma. Okay? Let me see their GPA. Okay? So I don't care if y'all get on here and talk about me like I'm a mother dog. You better talk about it on that goddamn Patreon. Because I'm the only black Kris Jenner on this mother internet held that down while my son was in jail.
Here we go again. Like I said, conditional love, Karlissa. You know, just naming your children's accolades is not what makes you a good mom or not. Okay? A good mom is not all about their grades, the sports they played, their diplomas. You were supposed to do that. That's what comes with being a parent. When you're raising children, you're supposed to put them in school. They're supposed to get an education. They're supposed to get their diplomas. Yes, it does help to be an available mom, but you may have been available as far as physically, but you were not available emotionally or mentally. Those kids have a lot of trauma that they have carried over to their adulthood, and it shows in all of them, including Callie. We see it, Blueface as well. So all that bragging you doing, it doesn't make you look any better. Just know that. But of course, you want all the credit. And please stop calling yourself the Black Kris Jenner, because you are not. We don't even need to get into all the whys. I think you understand why you're not, okay? And you shouldn't even want to be like her anyway. That says a lot about you, that you put her on the pedestal of wanting to emulate her. So I also wanted to play this clip from Dre, her oldest son, Blueface's older brother, basically saying what we already knew of how entitled she is and how she used Blue once he became famous and just had her hand out all the time when she's not the one that helped him get to where he is successfully. It shows us how much of a liar Karlissa is.
As much as you quote the Bible, there is no good in your heart at all. That little shit that happened them years ago with my brother that ruined his career, that ruined everything that he built, that was her. That was her selfish pride because she couldn't be the star, bro. It had nothing to do with my sister. It had nothing to do with shit, bro. She told me I had to put him in his place. My brother lost millions of dollars because you had an attitude. Changed his whole life. He worked hard to build everything that he built by himself. My mom didn't touch none of that shit. My mom gave up on him before he even started rapping. As soon as my brother left school and went back to California, my mom was done with him. And then showed back up again when she seen him on BET trying to ask for something. And then when he was giving her little bits. Giving her 10 bands here, 5 bands there. She like, no, I need a car. I need a whole fucking house. I need this and that and some more shit. Nigga, you left me in a car. My brother almost died sleeping in a car, nigga. And this motherfucker was asleep fucking in a house, a big ass house.
Still got a big ass Dre, house, bro. That's Dre right there. Speaking his mind once again, letting us know how entitled his mom is, how opportunistic she is, and how selfish she is. And what do we see right now? The same thing. So once again, he was right. Just like before when he said what he said about Krishan and the baby being Blueface's, things kind of come to light. Things kind of age well with Dre. And it's just really sad. It's a lot of mothers that feel like just because they're the mother that makes them automatically entitled. Like that gives them some type of rite of passage. And it doesn't. If you don't deserve it, you don't deserve it. How dare you try to come for something that you didn't earn? You just want the clout. You've always been a clout chaser, according to Dre. All right, now let's listen to this witch rant and rave about how jealous she is of Nevaeh. Because that's all it is. It's a lot of projection and jealousy and competing on her end.
Now, I don't know why Jonathan think these women gonna ever love him. They only want you because you Blueface. If that woman loved you, she would have told you right while we were sitting there. And I want y'all to go watch the episode because I teach my sons how a woman try to act like she more important than your mama on the first motherfucking week should let you know what you dealing with. That should let you know. Especially if the motherfucker was licking balls and sucking dick while you was in jail.
Side note, I just want to say she does a lot of projecting on here. Nevaeh has been nothing but respectful to this lady, and it seemed like that's never enough. Like, nothing will ever be enough for Karlissa to not bother these girls or anybody Blueface is dealing with. Okay, she's never acted like she wanted him to not love his mother, or she never tried to compete with Karlissa. Just her existence alone is what bothers this lady right here.
But when Jonathan little girlfriends want to sit back and try to see if he loved him, oh, he really loved me if he disrespect his mama, nigga, we faking. Nigga, he ain't gonna never love you until I tell him to. That's my mother child. He came out my ass. Okay, I'm gonna give him the green light. So why you snitching on my son to try to make his mama feel some type of way? That's why he called me back the next day and said, pull up, mama, and get your episode, and pull up and get your money, and pull up and you gonna put this mother playground together too. Y'all want him to love y'all more than he loved his mama on the first motherfucking month? What kind of man do you want? And we gonna run game on you hoes all day because you being weird.
You are sounding very Christian-like, calling this girl, talking about hoes and you bitches, and yeah, you sounding like a scorned lover, like a girlfriend, a baby mama, or an ex-girlfriend. You're definitely not sounding like somebody's mother. And what did you want, Karlissa? Did you prefer for her to be deceptive and lie to you and say Blueface wasn't there when he clearly was? Why wouldn't he be there? Do you think she would have been there alone, laughing? You knew he was there. You knew that he didn't want to open the door. You just it's easier to put the blame on her because that's who you rather bully on. You don't want to you don't want to confront your son because that's your bread and butter, or that's your clout.
How you gonna tell on him? He was in here when you was knocking on the door too. Bitch, if you was down, you was supposed to take that on the chin and be like, oh, he wasn't here. It was all me. I would never tell on my husband to his mama. That's some weirdo shit. You wanted me to know that my son was in there while I was knocking on the door after I done drove a whole hour through traffic. You wanted me to know that?
No, Karlissa, nobody's being weirder than you. This whole conversation is weird. Your whole insecurity over your son and who he's dealing with and all that projecting you doing, you're weird. You are so obsessed with your son is creepy. That girl is not competing with you. She's not worried about him loving her more than you. Like, that's you. They want to make sure he don't love nobody as much as you. But look how you act. You're not even a nice person. Talking about he gonna have to come over here and put some shit together like you demanding something. That man is not on your time. And he checks you every time. So I don't know why you over here trying to act like you want some Griselda Blanco, Kris Jenner shit. You're not. Jonathan runs you. You don't run it. You know that person. Stop this at any given moment and not deal with you, and you will be stuck. Gonna have some type of consequence. You are a mess, guys. You just want to have somebody to blame. You need to get a fucking life. You are so annoying. Again, you sound horrible. Horrible.
Girl, you was supposed to take that on the chin like when you was laughing, because we gonna laugh at you. We gonna laugh at you together. We gonna definitely laugh. Whole family gonna laugh at Christmas time when you ain't never allowed to come over my house. Now I'm done with that.
Oh, Karlissa, you so mature. Do you feel better now? Is that really what you think this is all about? Y'all laughing at her because she can't come to your house for Christmas. Oh, Boo-hoo. Bitch, you better hope that your son even come over for Christmas. Okay? You sound real childish and you sound very threatened by this girl. She ain't worried about none of the stuff you're worried about. She ain't worried about you. She ain't worried about his money, his deeds, none of that. She like him. Can't you tell? Something called unconditional love. Something you ain't got.
Jonathan saying that his females are mid. I want you to go watch the episode, because if they so mid, you was show in there calling me one of their names. You was show in there acting like you couldn't get over it. Like I don't know what to say. But anyway, watch the next episode, because Jonathan sprung. Jonathan sprung in his heart. He sprung. So make sure y'all tag Jonathan and tell him to be over here and put my shit up for Christmas. Because if he don't, I will be on TMZ talking about how he didn't get them kids what I asked for, and he didn't make it enough.
You are so triggering. I've said this time and time again. Like, I just don't know how they deal with you. I can only imagine. First of all, what are you trying to put Krishan back on him for? Oh, you mad because he called you her name? Guess what? You are her. You remind him of her. Usually when men deal with women like that, it's because of their mother. Their mother is a reminder. That's what they're used to, is familiarity. You mad about that? Too bad. But don't try to project no bullshit and say that he is sprung. You shouldn't even want that. But anything to get under Nevaeh's skin, you would go that low and try to put Krishan Rock back on your son after all the chaos and agony that she's caused and still is causing. Why do you keep on saying they need to get in your backyard and build these things? Like, you really are delusional. Shut the hell up. They don't owe you anything, but they are not architects. So shut up.
Okay, because I had a dream that she showed everybody my bald spot. So I know what that means. I had a dream that girl showed everybody my bald spot last night. So she came to expose me. But I'm going to expose myself, because you know I will pull these hemorrhoids out on a drop of a mother dime, girl. You can't expose me. Okay? So send that back to the ancestors, who and whosoever it came from.
Yep, so y'all heard her. A complete mess, a complete disaster. There's nothing much more to say other than you are a hot mess. And stop talking about them hemorrhoids too. You are disgusting. Don't nobody care about that shit. Mr. Sappho probably sick of it too. I hope he be looking just like this. Side note, just want to say, it's one thing when the viewers say what they say to Karlissa about her inappropriate nature with her son. And it's another thing when her son himself feels the exact same way. So I'm going to leave you guys with this tweet that Blueface wrote to his mom. Tell me what you guys think. And I will be back with another one shortly. Have a good one. Peace.
Blueface, baby. Ooh.
DJ Flip, make the money flip.
Hello, good morning, bitch. How you doing today? Woke up this morning thinking about what I'ma drive today. GT or G63, I might just copyright. Told the bitch I'm on my way, not even on my way. What's the ETA? Bitch, don't ask me them type of questions. Are you gonna stay? Bitch, don't ask me them type of questions. How, what did you say? Bitch, don't ask me them type of questions. If you ain't heard what I said, bitch, it wasn't meant for you. Close your mouth.